Hello class and welcome back. In this lesson, we're going to start modeling and texturing a simple boat. So, let's begin. Alright, so this is where we left in our previous lesson. And I'm going to start by taking this group and place it inside of this other group. So this scene is going to be cleaner. Now I'm going to create a new cube. I'm going to get closer. And I'm going to move it up. And I'm going to hide the visibility for this group. I'm going to select the cube again. And I'm going to change the display mode to be able to see the different segments that make this cube. And I'm going to increase these segments on all three axes. And I'm going to use 2 for X, 3 for Y, and 2 for Z. I'm going to make this editable. And I'm going to shrink it down. Now I'm going to use the loop selection tool and I'm going to select those edges. I'm going to move them up and I'm going to do the same with these other ones, like that. And I'm going to get closer and I'm going to move them down a little bit. Now I'm going to use the ring selection tool and I'm going to select all of those polygons. And using the extrude inner tool, I'm going to make a small inner extrusion. I'm going to turn off the preserve groups option. And I like it. I'm going to change the offset a little bit. And I'm going to use the extrude tool and make a small extrusion. Then I'm going to go to select and set selection. I'm going to rename it. And I'm going to apply this material to the cube. And I'm going to apply this selection to the material tag. Like that. I like it. Perfect. Now let's continue. Let's select the cube again. And I'm going to select those polygons at the bottom. I'm going to make a small extrusion. Like that. And now I'm going to use the loop selection tool. Select those polygons. And extrude them using the extrude tool. I'm going to go back to the loop selection tool. I'm going to select those polygons and delete them. And I'm going to select the polygons at the bottom as well. And I'm going to delete them. Perfect. Now I'm going to go to the edge mode and I'm going to select those edges and also these other two ones. I'm going to extrude them like that. And I'm going to come closer here. I'm going to reduce the offset a little bit. Like that. And I'm going to select those 2 points. And using the weld tool, I'm going to weld them together. And as you can see, I have other points that I need to delete. So I'm going to delete them. And I'm going to select those 2 points and weld them together. Perfect. I'm going to select these ones and delete them. And I'm just going to select all of these different points that I don't need. And I'm going to delete them. Now I'm going to select all of the points. I'm going to go to Mesh, Commands, and I'm going to use the optimize command. I'm going to increase this number to 1 and I'm going to apply it. And now to make sure that this worked properly, I'm going to apply a new subdivision surface object. And as you can see, this worked really well, so I'm going to take this out and delete the subdivision surface object. Now we can continue. And I'm going to select this cube again. And I'm going to select these edges and move them to the front. Then I'm going to select this point and move it to the front as well. So as you can see, the front of this object is rounded, and that's what we want. Now I'm going to select those edges. I'm going to extrude them, like so. And I'm going to move them back. And using the scale tool, I'm going to scale them out. like that. And I'm going to select all of those points, and using the scale tool, I'm going to separate them away from each other. And now I'm going to use the knife tool, and I'm going to connect this point with this other one on the back. I'm going to do the same over here. And now I can delete these points that I have selected, like so. And now, as you can see, these points form a straight line. And that is what we want. And I'm going to make another small extrusion. And I'm going to use the scale tool to scale these polygons out, like that. Now I'm going to get back over here. I'm going to select these points, move them a little bit to the front. And now I'm going to select all of the edges on the outside. And I'm going to use the extrude tool to make a small extrusion. I'm going to make another one, and I'm going to move it down. And I'm going to use the scale tool, and I'm going to scale these edges down, and I'm going to move those edges down. And now I'm going to select all of these different polygons here, including this one. And using the extrude tool, I'm going to make a small extrusion, like so. And now I'm going to use the loop selection tool, select all of those polygons, and make another small extrusion. Perfect. I'm going to go back over here, and with these edges selected, I'm going to scale them down just a little bit. And I'm going to make another extrusion. I'm going to use the scale tool to get them closer together. And I'm going to close this hole here with the Close Polygon Hole tool, like that. And now with the knife tool, I'm going to connect these different polygons. And now this other way, like that. Perfect. I like it. Alright, so I'm going to continue working, and I'm going to get closer. I'm going to select the polygons at the top. I'm going to make a small extrusion, and I'm going to scale them up. I'm going to make another one, like that. And I like how this looks. The only thing that I don't like is that it looks a little bit too large. So I'm going to go to the right view, and using the rectangle selection tool, I'm going to select all of those different points, and I'm going to scale them down and move them closer to the left. I'm going to go back to the perspective view, and as you can see, it looks better, but the area on the back got deformed. So I'm going to select all of the points on the back, and I'm going to scale them down, like that. And I'm going to do the same with these other points. I'm going to scale them down a little bit more, like that. And I think that we missed some of these points, so I'm going to undo that. I'm going to make sure that I select all of these points, and I'm going to scale them down a little bit more, like so. Alright, I like it. Now, to make this low poly boat look much better, I'm going to select this font tag, and I'm going to delete it. And as you can see, this looks much better now. I'm going to select the boat, I'm going to select these polygons, and I'm going to move them up. And I really like how this boat is coming out. And that's all for this lesson. I hope that you learned something useful, and I will see you in the following lesson.
is ticking, time is moving fast. Reviewing all the lessons we have learned from mistakes lost in the past. Miscommunication leading us into a place where